Hi, this is Melissa with Web of Creativity, and today we're going to do the seasonal mini albums that go inside the Time to Flourish clock. It uses the Time to Flourish Graphic 45 paper, and each album has 3 months in it, which makes 4 albums, which fits in 4 little compartments in the clock. So this album right here is July, August, and September. So we have start off at the top that has the month and this really cute border, which is a Martha Stewart punch. I forgot the name of it. I think it's Deep Edge Scroll maybe. I'll look it up. So this flap opens and the back has a little flap and then a little pocket for a couple of the cut apart tags. And then August, which is my favorite, has sunflowers. I use a lot of the cut apart pieces. You see the sunny days and then this tag right here. This piece right here, and this piece, and that is all from the cut apart page. So I'll go through that in this tutorial video. So we're going to put one of the books together. I already have 2 done. I started at the end first. So I got my October, November, and December book done already. And yes, I'm going backwards. So let's get started. We're going to work on the pages first, put those together, and then we're going to mat them. So we're going to, let's set these aside. And I use, this is French Vanilla Smooth from Paper Accents. I have a tutorial on my blog, so all the measurements are on my tutorial. So you can follow along like that. Alright, so I cut out the page, which is 3 pieces, and then I already cut out my binding strip from some scraps that I had. And then we're going to go ahead and score. All the scoring measurements are also on my tutorial. Just reading my tutorial to make sure I have my measurements correctly. This is the little pocket piece. Alright. Taking the biggest piece first, we're going to punch the edge centered. So we'll just center it on the punch the best we can. go. And then we're going to fold on the score line. And that's the back. We have this is the front flap. Like that. And this is the pocket that, so all I'm doing is folding on the score lines. This is the pocket on the back of the page. And then the binding strip. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is grab my scissors. Alright, for the pocket piece, we are going to cut at an angle. We're going to taper the corners. Alright. And then this square we're going to cut out. So I'm going to, again, it's just tapering the corners. And then you got the square piece that you cut out. Let's see if I can. Alright. So that's how it looks. And we're going to go ahead and put some tape on it. I'm using, this is 3/4 inch tape, but you can use whatever adhesive that you like. I like the score tape. And yes, I know you can tear it, but I like to cut it. I tend to, when I tear it, I tend to tear the paper with it. Don't ask me how, I just do. So I use my scissors. Alright, then for this little flap, we're going to go ahead and taper the corners also. Alright, fold, and go ahead and add tape. Okay, and then the binding strip we don't taper. This is going to get attached. This goes, the smallest piece is what gets attached on the book. See that piece right there? That's what's going to be attached to the spine. Alright. So we're going to put a little strip of tape there. And I'm going to use my 1/4 because it's 1/4 in size. Might hang over a little bit. That's alright. If it hangs off just a bit, when you take the tape off, you just roll it with your finger going back. And that makes that line clean. Now with that strip, you're going to, this on the other sides where we're going to attach the tape, because it's going to go down like that. So we're going to put a piece of tape on the other side. So flip it over, and on the big side, not all the way on the either edge. So I just come out just a little bit. I just come up just a little bit on this side, and then a little less than 1/4 on the other side by the score line. I hope that, hope you can see that. Alright, before we attach anything, we want to ink. So, clearing out my mat, put down my non-stick. That's a little wet because I cleaned it before I started the video. Alright, you can use any ink that you want. A good distress ink is the vintage photo. I'm using the Color Box Graphic 45 color. This is dark cashmere. Let me double check to make sure that's right. Yeah, dark cashmere. It's a good color. I like it. So I'm going to just go ahead and ink my edges. See that color? Move that over here. I'm right-handed. I'm going to fold this back just a bit. I don't want to fold it all the way back just to get some ink on that edge too. This is the pocket piece. Alright. I might sound just a little bit off today. That's just because I have a cold. It's not bad. I think I'm getting over it, but I can't tell. It's not a bad cold. But I did sneeze an awful lot yesterday. Alright, I love this Martha Stewart punch. I want to ink around the edge of that also. Alright, if you don't want to fold on the line, you can just ink right in that area. You can't tell what it looks like when you get that mat on there. So, there we go. Let me move that. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and attach the binding strip first. Oh, there we go. Making sure I'm still on camera. Alright, I'm going to attach this going up just a little bit because I don't want to have it flush with the bottom. So if you see how I did scrap of paper. This one, you can see I went up just a bit from the bottom and make sure it goes down from the top of this flap. So it's kind of in the middle of this flap right here. So we're going to use that as a guide on where I want to place it. And then once this one's placed, the other 3 pages, you can just use that as a guide to place it. I'm just removing the tape backing from the binding, flip it over, and I do want it, I don't want it flush with the page. Is that looking good? Oh, that's not even. When you don't set it down even, which happens more frequently than not, I use my little spatula from, this is from the Cricut actually, to pop it up. Let's try that again. The ruler would probably be a better choice. I'm going to double check that. Make sure that's even. Okay, that looks good. All I want is I don't want it crooked. Alright, there we go. There we go. Yeah, spatula from the Cricut tools, or you can get something else like a spatula that works great prying things up when they're not stuck down all the way. You can use Undo. It's a liquid that takes the adhesive off, but it does make your page wet, so you have to wait for it to dry in order to work on it again. Alright, this is the flap in the front. And go ahead and remove that tape backing and attach it. I'm going to turn this sideways so I can line it up with the edge of the base page. There we go. I'm going to use a bone folder to give it a good crease. Then open it and then give it another good crease. Make sure it's really stuck down. Alright, this is a Teflon bone folder. Half inch? About a ½ inch. They had come in bigger sizes. It's whichever you're comfortable with. Alright. I'm going to flip that over. Alright, the pocket you can choose to attach it now or to attach it later. The reason why you attach it later is if you want this mat to go down behind it. So I'm going to wait until I attach it later. So the mat just goes roughly a little bit behind it. You can also cut the mat a little smaller and tuck it in the pocket if you wanted to do that. Or just make the mat so it's a little bit shorter from the pocket. So you have options when there's a pocket involved. I like to put it underneath, but sometimes I forget and do it a different way. I think all of these are under. Yeah. So, we're going to put that aside. That was quick. That's just one page. You'll make 3 per album. And we're going to start with getting the, where I put that stack of paper. Getting our papers out. This is the Time to Flourish for Graphic 45. This is a great, great collection. If you wanted to just do one layout or one card or a little mini album, it's has everything that you need. Background colors, yep. Alright, we're going to do April, May, and June for this one. Look at that paper. I love me some dragonflies and butterflies, some flowers. Then we have June with some roses. Alright, we'll start with April. Tip cutting the paper. With the project that I'm doing, I not only have these 4 cute little mini albums, I cut the paper so I can save some pieces to work on a 5th album. The 5th album is just kind of like a journal piece. I'm not done with it, of course, but let me show you what piece I'm trying to save. If I can reach it from here. Alright, this is July. So what I did was I wanted to this is September. I grabbed September and July. Don't worry about that piece. Okay, I wanted to save it so it looks like this. I'm using everything from the cut apart page except these 3 pieces. Because my 5th album is going to be like a little journal monthly thing. So it's going to use this piece, and that piece. And then it's going to use the scraps. So Some scraps will have, you know, I have a couple of those, a bigger piece, and then some will just be a little bit smaller. But this I haven't made it yet, so this is what I think is just going to be plenty to work with. And then the cover will just be a complete surprise. But so if you want to make the 5th album, try and cut it like I did. If you don't want to make it, then you can use whatever pieces you want. But I did try to save as much as I can and make use of all this gorgeous paper. So now I did do this, the whole pad, the 12 by 12 pad will make all 4 of these little mini albums, and then the journal album, the 5th album. It does not have enough paper to make the clock, so the clock is additional with additional sheets. But if you just want to make these cute little 4 albums, then 1 pack would be perfect. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. Alright, we're going to first cut off that top strip. Get that out of the way. Put that away for just a second. We're going to be cutting out some paper. So this one I'm going to use my ruler and my craft knife to, you can tell I use this Martha Stewart knife a lot. It's really dirty. I can attempt to clean it, but I just haven't. So we're going to cut straight down this line right here because I want to save this piece up here. And then these 3 pieces I use for the cover. So I want this line right here cut. Cut that at an angle. That slid a little bit, but that should be fine. Then we're going to go ahead and, I want this piece right here. So we're going to go ahead and cut this piece off with, when it gets to be about 12 inches, I like to use this. And I should have done it first, but that's what happens when you're talking and cutting at the same time. There we go. Alright. Yeah, this piece goes on the pocket. So put that aside. And we're going to cut these out. I have been saving my scraps because I'm not fully done with my project, because I don't know what I'm going to use. So this piece I don't use on this album, but I like it, so I'm going to keep it. Alright, these 3 I'm going to use, cut that a little bit better. If you don't want to do sliver cuts like this, you don't have to. That ink will cover that white up and it won't look, nobody will know the difference. Alright, set those aside. And then we want to cut this part out right here. So this line right here, we're going to cut so right under this tag. It's hard to see that yellow color. There we go. Okay. So I want one of these pieces, so I'm going to go ahead and cut them out. I noticed in the beginning, when I first got Tim Holtz ruler, it slides. I have a backing on it, which isn't coming off. I have a backing on it so it doesn't slide around. It's like a rubber backing. Alright, save these two pieces because we're going to use one of them. And then go ahead and cut out April. And that yellow is just hard to see. Okay. This is lovely, but I don't use that. I actually use the back side for the inside covers. Sometimes you just have to sacrifice a piece of your paper when you don't want to. Alright, with April, I measure to get that right in the middle because it goes at the top right here. So I measure to make sure that it's even, and I do make it flush. So I just take the ruler I only need to mark one side if I know the measurement of the full piece, and that measurements, where I marked is on the tutorial. Am I in the camera? Because then I cut it and then just flip it and measure the size of the paper. There we go. There we go. That's centered the best I can. I have 1 month that's not centered. And I like the center part. That's some pretty yellow. Next we need this piece right here. I'm going to be crooked for just a second. Hold on. Now this piece gets cut down also to fit on the inside. So we're just going to go ahead and cut it down because right now, even with that piece, it's a good about a ½ inch over, about 3/4 over. So see this yellow line? I use that as my guide. I want a little bit of, well, on this one it's a yellow line. The line right outside the picture, I'm going to use that as a guide because I like that as a little bit of border, and it should be the right size. So it's hard to make it in the middle, but we'll see what we can do. There we go. So there we go. So now we have like a little bit of a yellow border. You can see that. And then that'll fit right inside there. Alright. We need this. We want this tag and these three. These three are for the cover, but we'll go ahead and cut them since we're cutting. just cleaning up the edges a little bit. Okay, and then these three guys right here. Again, that yellow, that's just hard to see. It looks good about there. There we go. Yeah. So we're going to put that piece aside. I'm going to hold that piece down so I don't accidentally cut the corner. Sometimes when you have a smaller piece, the corner tears before you're done cutting. Not all the time, but sometimes. Alright. Okay. Now we need to know what part of this lovely paper we're going to go and cut. Because when we got this side, that bird is adorable. I like that bird. This is cute saying right here. I mean, it's hard to choose what part of the paper you like. And I just love this color. So, this part right here, let me grab this one. I have it punched out. That one's a little harder to see. There we go. I have the punched out, and then the piece, one of the cutouts. So we'll find out what cutout we want to do. I like the ones with the words. So this one has the saying. I like this one. So I need to know which background's going to look better. This side or the other side. And I think the other side's the same color. So we're just going to do this side. And figure out where... See, that don't look good. But maybe this top corner right here. See, I like that. We're going to do the top corner. And cut that piece out. Move that aside. I'm going to use my trimmer to cut it out. Now the difference between, I did the front page a little bit different because I covered the top. I made the mat cover the whole page, so from the top to the bottom and the edge. And so essentially I just cut this piece the size of this piece out, and then when I punched the border it left that extra space right there. The rest I made so it has the paper border on it. And then I'm just checking the back to see if I'm going to just cut the whole strip off. I think I am. Make it easy on myself. There we go. And I'm going to set that to the side because I'm going to use that again. So this is going to get punched. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now so I can take care of that piece. I'm going to go ahead and center that on the punch. Yeah, see, I don't like that. And then clean up our mess. So that's going to sit like that. Alright, that's the front. I'm using my album as a guide. Then we have, let's see, that's going to be the front. Set that aside. This piece, let's get that piece is going to go there, and then that piece is going to go there. So that means I need a piece here. So I can use, let's see, there we go. I have a saying. I can just put right in the middle. That's cute. I think that's what I'll do. I can to the side. Middle or to the side. Middle or to the side. Decisions, decisions. I'm gonna cut off camera real quick. I don't want to move my thing. Let's see. Let me measure them real quick. That's cute. Okay. Oh, I even got my, it's springtime. Let's see, that works. Alright, so these pieces are done. Alright, so I got that inside, set that aside. Flip open, and I use the tag right here. I'm going to need a little piece of background, so I have some scraps. I'm going to go ahead and do that. What I did for that is I wanted the scraps to be shorter, so I measured this, which is 2 inches. So this piece right here is going to be 1 3/4 tall, and then I'm going to cut that real quick. Let's see what I'm doing. When I say 1 3/4. Alright. And then this shows about a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to cut this about a 1/2 inch behind it. And I'm just going to cut it with my ruler, because my big cutter doesn't like to do those 1/2 inches. It's a little bit harder to do. So 1, there we go. Alright, so then that piece is taken care of. Set that aside. Then we open it up, and we have one of those. So I think I'm going to do Have a Happy Day. It's cute. Put April showers away. And then, so I need a piece, background piece, and I don't want to turn that sideways. So I'm going to move that one and that piece. And then this piece is right here. So because that's right here, my little strip, I'm just going to cut that this size of the pocket. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Get that piece taken care of. Alright, so now I have an extra piece. Alright, the pocket's done. Okay, then I want that piece and that piece. So let me move my cutter. I'm just making a mess. I'm going to take this sheet over here. So what I'm going to do is kind of like that corner here. Let me flip it. Alright. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this whole piece off. That'll give, oh, my flat. Ooh, I might do the top part. So, I'm going to measure. Okay. And so decisions. Do I want I do. I want the flowers at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my piece. All I'm doing is just measuring it. But the tutorial has the measurements on the tutorial. I'm just not finished typing it, so I didn't print it before I did this video. But that's alright. Things happen. Okay, that's cute. Where's my happy days? I'll put that at the top so the flowers show. Oh, I like that. We're going to do that. And then this piece right here. Where's I measured with where the pocket goes. Okay. There we go. All set. All set. There we go. And then the pocket, pocket will go right on top. Pocket's a little short, that's all right. And then this guy will go here. And then we have our tags. Okay, that's, I'm ready. I'm ready to ink. Let's get some inking going on. And we can attach all our pieces. Move up. There we go. Alright. We already inked the pocket. I did put a little more heavy-handed than normal on my ink for this project. I don't know why. It's just the mood struck me. So you just do what the mood strikes you. You can put a little heavier ink on the ends and the corners, which is what I've been doing, and or just lightly do it. It's however you feel, am I on camera? However you feel for that day. But most of the time I do it lightly. But there's nothing wrong with trying something a little bit different. Just see how you like things. Now you want to be careful inking punched edges so you don't fold them when you ink them. So you're going to do it with a lighter hand. Or you can just get inky and do it right on your hand so it doesn't bend. I'm not afraid to get inky, so I hope you're not either. I pretty much see it as, hey, if I'm inky by the end of the day, that means I had a good day. So I didn't ink. Let me, can't pick these pieces up. These 3 pieces that we cut out, that's going to be for the front, the inside of the album. See those 3 pieces right there? That's what those are for. So I'm just going to set them aside. This is just an extra piece. I don't want to cut it up. I'm hoping to use it in the 5th album, and that's an extra piece. So I want to keep the extra pieces separate from the pieces I'm going to use. I don't know why I put that. We're not done. These suckers gotta get taped. You can use tape or the ATG gun, glue, whatever adhesive that you like to use. I am a score tape junkie. Gotta use my score tape. Some matting, however, I do use my ATG for the matting, but I chose a stronger adhesive for this little guy just because it's little. It does take a little bit longer, so feel free to fast forward the video until after I'm done taping. Well, I guess I'll just start rambling on a little bit. I started teaching locally it's called Crafting at the Nest. I'm in Orange Park, Florida, which is just south of Jacksonville. I started teaching there, which is awesome. And I do have a couple of projects in line. I'm waiting for the materials to come in order to put them on the calendar itself. So right now it's not listed. Crafting at the Nest is not does not have a website. It is strictly on Facebook. And so if you have Facebook, go ahead and check it out. See some of the projects that we work on. I do not think the owner has posted, projects that are finished or class pictures. She just opened last year. I think it was May. So she's still getting the hang of everything. It'd be nice to post, the class pictures and everybody who takes them. So I might mention that. Now that I think about it. But she does have a class. I'm recording this in January, so she has a class at the end of January. And then, okay, I'm going to stop talking for a second. This piece right here that goes on the front, I'm going to, I made a mistake because I was talking. That's alright. I'm going to take this tape backing off and attach this piece. And I usually attach the piece first. And then, yeah, this will be fine. So we're going to go ahead and take off the tape backing and get this one situated. I'm not taking the whole thing off, just the corner, the edge that I'm going to need it on. Alright, And then pretty much just I put it back down. The tape does like the fingernails. It likes to stick to the fingernails. Alright. Okay, now flip this like over. We're gonna I'm just eyeballing it. I'm usually bad at eyeballing it, but we'll see how well this works. Alright. Does that look about even? No, how about that? How's that for even? Alright, and because it's sticky, if you're doing this, I would put the tape on this piece first, these little pieces, and then attach them, flip them over, and put the tape on everything. So that's what happens when I'm talking. I'm just going to add my little pieces of tape and go on. I'm going to go ahead and attach this to the page now, so this some of the tape backing is revealed. I don't need it to stick to anything at all. And my nails don't function very well when taking off tape backing, so I use my craft knife. Alright, so I'm just going to tape this centered on this piece right here. I do have a habit of putting things on crooked. I'm sure I'm not the only one, so I don't feel bad about it. Okay. Moving on. When I'm attaching this one, when I'm ready to attach it, I put glue on this part to get it to stay down. But I'm going to tape the edges of this. Alright, back to what I was saying. Just a class at the end of the month. That's a nice big one. And then it's going to be with Annette Green with Graphic 45. She's going to be teaching. I'm not sure if this video is going to be up by then, but if it's past due, then just ignore that part. Then I'm hoping to teach, I might have either 1 or 2 classes in February. I got materials for two classes. So I'm debating whether to have both of them in February, just one in February and one in March. They're prior projects, so they're not this one right here. But I will be teaching my book box project, which is using the Come Away With Me paper line from Graphic 45. Can you tell I'm a Graphic 45 girl? Then my next one is a fake pocket mini album. I do have the tutorial on my blog for that one. But if you wanted to take a class, you know, a class is good. You get to learn from the teacher, and you get to talk to your friends and be social. And that's essentially what I'm trying to do. Be more social. Instead of hiding in my craft room. It is nice in here, though. But the fake pocket mini is out of the Time to Celebrate paper from, you guessed it, Graphic 45. I feel like I'm slamming my scissors down. Last piece. Alright, these two pieces don't get taped because they just go in the pocket. So, we're going to start at the beginning. This is going to be flush with the edges. So, let me get my glue and see if it's unplugged. Yes, it is. Yay! Alright. Take off the tape backing. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue. Some parts in this curly Q. Okay. And then I turn it sideways to get a better alignment. Alright, look at that. And then get glue everywhere. There we go. Now we're going to attach our wording cut apart. I'm going to center that the best I can. There we go. And throw it everywhere. There we go. Alright, so open it up. And let's see. I want these pieces. I'm going to attach this piece first. Okay, I'll line that up. That's about a 1/8 border around it. However, the sayings with the months is flush with the edge, just like the front part. If that made sense, this is the front part that I had flush with the 3 edges. So this one's going to be the same thing, flush with the 3 top edges. Alright, I'm turning this baby upside down so I can line it up better. There we go. And touch our last front piece. I'm doing pretty good. Most of this don't look crooked yet. Okay. Flip that forward. We're going to go ahead and attach this piece right there first. Have a happy day. Okay. Just going to put that at the top. There we go. attach the top mat first and then the pocket. Alright, with the pocket, I like to take the tape off the sides first, then connect the bottom part to it, and then attach it. Alright, so I took the sides off, then connect the bottom part. There we go. Alright, so we're going to attach it just a little bit from the bottom, about the same thing, about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom and the sides. There we go. Then this is the strip from the cut apart page. This goes flush on the sides and then it's centered about less than 1/8. There we go. There we go. Then we got our little tags that go right in there. Page 1 is done. Technically it's page 4, but it's page 1 in the second album. So, alright, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to finish up the next 2 pages. And when I come back, we'll work on the cover and then attaching the pages to the book. Okay, that's it. Be back shortly. Alright, now that we got all 3 of our pages done, we are going to work on the cover. And then attach our pages inside. I already cut my piece down to size. I just need to score it. And the measurements and scoring is listed on the tutorial. I use lightweight chipboard for these albums. I'm just going to give it a small crease. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and ink it and then set it aside and start cutting out the mats. I'm using the same ink that I used on the pages, which is the Graphic 45 Color Box Dark Cashmere. Turn some more light on in here. It's raining today, so my room is a little darker than normal, so I'm hoping this comes out pretty good, or you can see clearly. if you don't want to refold on the score line to color this area, you can just go in little circles, because those edges of that color is just going to get covered up by paper. There we go. Alright, we're going to go ahead and mat the inside first. So we're going to do mat this banner piece and cut out these 3 word pieces. And that goes for the front and back cover. So what I did with how I decided to cover it, I took the first month in your book, which in this case, this one was April, May, and June. This is July, August, and September. I took the first month, paper, and put it on the inside. This is a from the cut apart page, this postcard that I did not use, so I just used the other side for it. Then took the paper, the same paper for to do the banner, not the cut apart page, but the corresponding paper, and then cut out the 3 words, which is from the cut apart paper, on the very top part above the stamps. And then the back page I did the last month. So this one's September, so this is September cut apart page, this is from the other page, and then the 3 words. For the cover, I took whatever was in the middle month, which is August, and put it for the mat here and a strip from the cut apart page. Then I took whatever colors I liked and made the rest. This one matches this one, and then took one of the 3 words and put it on top. Okay. So for the inside, I'm going to use April. So I'll take, this is part of the cut apart page. I'm going to do the other side. My light is a little off. I don't know if that worked. I cut it down for this. Then I'm going to use the corresponding decorative sheet on the back side as the banner piece, and I already cut out the three words. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the inside for April, and then I'm going to do June. So this is the cut apart page on the back for the June. And then I'm going to use the back side for the banner, and then the 3 words I'm going to cut out. So we're going to do that now. And then the extra paper that we have for this, we're going to cover half of the spine and then the other half in the second one. That'll make sense when I get to it. Alright, so we're going to start with April. Get my cutter out. Alright, this little piece we're saving. Then I'm going to cut the banner piece off. And I already have the 3 words. This piece is going to be part of the spine, and unlike the mat for the front, which has the border around it, that spine piece, I'm going to cover the majority of it, including being flush with the top. And so the measurements for that is in the tutorial as well. Because this is so small, let's see if I can get it. And I'm pretty much just trimming to fit. Make sure that paper doesn't buckle when you cut it, just in case your score lines are closer in than. So I might just trim a little bit off with my craft knife. And that's what I'm going to do, just a smidge. Just so it fits in there and doesn't buckle. And next, that's May. That's May. This is June, and it's going to be for the back cover. I'm going to do another spine piece. This one I'm just going to cut it less so then I don't have to retrim it. Hopefully. Nope, I checked, it fits. There we go. And then the banner piece. Now with the lettering, I'm going to trim with my craft knife. I hold, when they're small, I don't like, they tend to slide around, so I do hold the other side still as well, because your craft knife is known to, well, mine is known to slip off. Or tear a little corner piece. Sometimes it does that. Okay. Now with the banner, for the banner piece, we're going to flip it to the back side and we're going to measure the bottom 3/4 inches up and centered. Centered is also 3/4 inches inward. And then we're going to mark from that center point and to the corner, we're going to line that up and then cut. And there's the banner piece. So that's what we're gonna have. Alright, so we're gonna do one more banner piece for the back side. Alright, there we go. Time for the tedious task of inking. So then that's going to go on that one with those 3 words. So let's give us some room. You can definitely use different color inks. Like this one would be good with a light pink. I just like to use one ink for a whole album, but you don't have to do that. Oops. No, your sound did not turn off. I'm just being quiet. Rain makes me sleepy. Okay, next is adding tape. With the banner taping, I tend to just run it all the way down because I don't want that banner, that little corner to pop up, and then just cut my tape at an angle so it covers that corner. Oops. Hello. Did that work? And then it doesn't pop up when you rub against the album or whatnot. I fully support the fact if you want to fast forward through the taping session, you can. I do cut the, this is the second piece of the spine. I do cut them a little bit longer to overlap. And the reason why I have two pieces is because I didn't want to cut any more of the paper up. So I just used scraps. Almost done. Almost done. Okie dokie. So we're going to, that's the back. Alright, we're going to go ahead and take April and put it on the front. This is going to go in the center. Then we'll take June. So you have about a 1/8 inch border all the way around. And then we're going to take the April strip first. And we're going to put it at the top, flush with the top. Have it come down straight, and then we're going to take June and going to have it flush with the bottom. There we go. Okay. Usually these two colors are contrasting, so this is the only one that's similar in colors. We're going to do the banner piece. That piece gets, let me measure, 5/8 from the edge. So you can do it a 1/2 inch or 5/8. I'm going to do 5/8 from the edge. And flush with the top. Bring that down just a bit so I can see it better. Alright, 5/8. Oops. Oh. No. There we go. That's still crooked, but it's down. 5/8 is 1 notch past your half inch mark. Can you see that? So there's your 1/2 inch, and then the next little notch is 5/8, and then you have 3/4. If you're wondering. And that's on a Tim Holtz roller. I'm not sure about other rulers. Alright, we're going to do that again. Let's try not to have it crooked. That one looks a lot straighter. Alright. Don't go anywhere. I'm just walking around. Hold on. Alright, the next are the little words. I did it 2 different ways. So, I either did it kind of staggered just a bit. You know, 2 on one side, 1 on the other. Or you can have them lined straight like this one. So it's whichever look you like, and that's only if you decide to decorate it like I did. So it's, these are slippery apparently. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and stagger it. I do think that looks better. Alright, the first one gets, again with the 8ths, I'm doing 3/8 inches up from the top, and then I'm going 1 inch and 1 3/8 inches over from the left side. Is that crooked? There you go. 3/8 is before the mark before your 1/2 inch. So that's, oops, what am I in there? So you got 1/8, a 1/4, 3/8, and then a 1/2. Then I place the bottom one next. You can place the second one, but I like to have them a little bit even from the point right here. So I actually only go a 1/4 inch from that little middle point in the banner. Let me have my book straight. And then 1 3/8 inch over. And then with the third piece, I just center it in the middle. And then, I guess about a 1/2 inch from the, let's do 3/8 inch. There we go. 3/8 inch, and then that's about center, right? There we go. Okay, now the next side. So I'm doing 3/8 inches from the top. The Tim Holtz ruler has measurements going both ways. So I'll have 3/8 inch from the top that I just put along the top edge. And then I'm going to go 1 3/4 inches from that side. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay, let's try that again. I did that wrong. You can see, can't you? Wrong. Oh, don't ruin the paper. Don't ruin the paper. Use my spatula often. That's not too bad. Let's try that again with the right way. 3/8 from 1 3/8 from this edge. There we go. So it's mirrored images. Oh, that's all right. Imperfections make an album. Alright. Then again, 1/4 inch from that point. You don't have to use these measurements. You can do something different. You can do like 1/2 inch from the score line over, and that might be easier for you, and 1/2 inch down, so you don't have to deal with the 3/8. You can do whatever's more comfortable for you. Do something completely different. Okay. I'm going to do 1/2 inch from 3/8 inch from the edge, centered. There we go. Clean up my space. And time to work. I'm adding that side. So we're going to take May. So I have the middle strip and the cut apart page. This is the strip on the far right that you cut off. We're going to put that right there. I'm going to pick one of these words for my centerpiece. I'm going to use this for some die cuts. And I'm going to use May's decorative paper for the front piece, and then this one for the back piece. So let's cut out some pieces, and then I'll show you the die cuts that I used, the dies that I used. Our front piece. I like to make sure that I have all these words on our spine piece. I'm going to measure to see where I need to cut. You don't have to be as particular as me. I do like to get all the words in if there's a phrase or something in there that I like. And then so I cut out the top mat for that piece and the side strip. This piece right here I'm going to cut here. that piece. Like that. We'll use that. So this piece and this piece will get die cutted. And oh, the back. The back. The back. The back, the back. The back piece. Back. Front. Side. I'm missing the banner piece. Alright, let's pull. I'm going to pull this piece out and cut out a banner piece. So you remember how to do the banner. You flip over, measure 3/4 inches up and in the center, which is 3/4 inches from the side. Mark. Alright, so the two dies is from the same die set. This is Fancy Label Tags 1. We're only using the two largest, and the little one I'm putting back. I don't have anything for it. So I'm going to use the big piece on this one, and a little piece on this one. That would be cute, but I'm putting a word in front of it. So, thinking dearest mother myself. Okay. Alright, let me go run this through my machine. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm going to pop that one out. I'll clean that out in a minute. Sometimes I found two little holes that it tends to miss. Okay. And let me cut my words. Alright, I think I'm going to use Dear Mother. So what it's going to look like is my purple. Then we'll have that piece, and then that piece. Voila! Okay. Time to ink. So again, fast forwarding, go for it. You won't hurt my feelings. So we'll finish covering the album. And then we'll attach the pages. And that'll be it. 1 of 4 albums. I am not going to record my other 3 albums. They're made all the same. Alright. Next boring task is taping. Except we are not. We're pop dotting the 2 die cuts, so don't tape those. And I ran out of tape. There we go. Uh-oh. I think I ran out of my 1/4 inch tape. Well, score tape. I got this Express It. I haven't tried it yet, so let's give it a shot. Since it's the only thing I have. That's the worst when you run out of your tape. You get so busy you forget. You forget to check how low you are. Do the tape the banner piece exactly like you tape the other two banner pieces, so that tip doesn't pop up. This is a little bit more awkward to hold, but maybe because it has more tape on it. Tape on the roll. And the paper is kind of slick. Almost done. Almost done. So always check to make sure your book is flipped the correct way so you don't attach your paper upside down. That is a big, huge tip. How many of you have attached your pages upside down? Yeah. So the front side will be on your right. I'm going to go ahead and attach that first. A tip is if your paper doesn't stick down real easily, or if it starts to come up, you might have over inked your background and it hasn't dried. So if it's a little bit wet, this isn't going to stick very well. Seen that happen a few times. And then I'm going to attach my spine piece. April showers bring May flowers and pollen. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and attach my word to my little, my smallest die cut. We're going to center it on there the best that we can. Looks good. This strip's going to go on first. And that is, measure and double check. Yep, 1/2 inch from the bottom. Alright, see, I made one measurement easy. And of course, it don't have to be perfect. Alright. Then we're going to attach our banner piece. to attach our banner piece 1/2 inch away from the score line. And this, I don't have it flush with the top, I just have it flush with the paper. You can, of course, put it flush with the top. It's your choice. Alright, next we need some pop dots or pop squares. Just something that pops. I have pop squares, foam squares. We're going to take the biggest piece and I'm going to add 3. Alright, and we are going to go ahead and put it in the middle, just down a bit, about 3 1/8 inches from the top. I don't know why I like the 1/8 measurements. I don't stick to my ruler. So don't drop foam pieces on your ruler. Foam is sticky. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to go ahead and set it about, oh, I'm not good at centering stuff. How's that? Center enough. Alright, then we're going to add a couple of pop dots to this one. Foam squares, whatever you would like to call it. And we're going to center that right on top. There we go. That looks good. Okay, let me put my foam squares away, and then attaching. Alright, for attaching, we have this on the page, we have this 1/4 taped binding edge. And we are going to attach it just a little bit away from the edge, and then the spine edge, and then center the page, the whole page, on the spine piece. So kind of like that. I'm going to go ahead and attach it and then show you. Now when you're putting a piece of tape, a 1/4 inch piece of tape on a 1/4 inch edge, sometimes your tape comes off the edge just a bit. And what I do is just roll that right onto the tape. There we go. So we're just going to do center the page, set it down, see if it looks even, and then press down. Looks even to me. So there we go. It's just a little bit. It's not even, I would measure it, but I don't, I even think it's about 1/8. 1/8 inch from the score line. And then when it's open, that's what you see right there. Press down that. Our next page is going to line up right against that one right there to give enough room to have this one line up. Yep, perfectly. Alright, again, roll, have my little pieces fall out. Okay, roll the tape edge. That's only if you went over like I did. But I'd rather it be over the edge than over the score line and then stuff gets stuck, you know, on the front of the album, so I'd just rather roll it. So you're just going to line it straight up with that one. Cover the paper so the two hinge pieces are touching. Make sure it is straight. And there we go. One thing about the flap, I was originally going to put a paper clip there, but I don't think I need it. But if it does bother you, go ahead and throw a paper clip on there. Keep it closed. But I like it the way it is. Alright, last but not least, June. Rolling the tape. Roll, roll. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and line it up. Then I'm just going to line it right up to the edge. Make sure that book is even with the other page. And not attached crooked. And there we go. Super cute. One other thing, this doesn't bother me right here. But if you don't want that to show, then on your last page, instead of putting your score tape on the side that you did, you put it on this side and fold this piece inward and just lay it on top of this piece when you're attaching it. But that piece right there doesn't bother me. Or if it does bother you, you can cover it with another piece of pattern paper or a sticker or color it or whatever you want. But again, that edge doesn't bother me, so I'm not really worried about it. Alright. We got 4 of these guys. This is here's I have one more. I have a second. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And there we go. I'm going to go ahead and show you my other video was going to have all the matting pictures in there. So this is it for now. And actually, I'll go ahead and show it to you now. So if you don't want to look at all these, that's what I'm going to do for the next couple minutes. And then that's it. Again, the tutorial is going to be on my blog at www.webofcreativity.net. And these fit perfectly inside the Time to Flourish clocks. So January, I love cardinals. just giving you an idea of how I matted the pages. And I've dropped these books a couple times. They're kind of slippery. Alright, you've seen that one. My tags are somewhere. They're floating around. August, my favorite. Love the butterflies in September. Oh, I got one more tag. Alright, and then we have, last but not least, four cute mini albums for the whole year. Okay, that's all I have for now, and happy crafting.